Hello there, Brooke. This is your relationship tarot reading for the full moon in Libra. I'm trying something different, making video readings for people instead of written ones, so let me know if you like this or prefer the other method. So anyway, I took a picture, sent you the full spread, so we're just going to go to each card in order. So let me pull up the spread here. So the first card is illuminating our relationship with ourself, and you got one of my favorite cards, card I really resonate with, and that is the Magician. And you can look closer at the detail of the picture as well, but the significance of the Magician is he has all of the different suits on his table. So the suits of wands, the suits of swords, the suits of cups, the suits of coins. So he is the first card that the Fool comes into an encounter with on the Fool's journey, and shows him the manipulation of all of the suits and how to use them. And he appears to be a magician because he has this mastery of those things. And so your relationship with yourself, you've really invested a lot of yourself in mastering your skills, knowing that anything that you want to learn, you can learn. Anything you want to do, you can achieve. It's just a matter of putting that time and energy and effort into that which you're passionate about. And so it's a really positive card to illuminate your relationship with yourself, is that you're very confident in your skills, you're very confident in your abilities, and that if you ever doubt yourself, to go back to that place of confidence and knowing that in anything that you seek, you have the creative abilities, you have the creative control over your own body and your hands. That hand tactility is something I'm definitely really seeing, that ability to do things with your hands and your mind. And so creating more, using that more, fine-tuning those skills on this full moon is going to really bring you into an even more closer relationship with yourself, and a positive relationship with yourself, something that you can constantly be proud of yourself for. So the next one is our lover, and this is Temperance, and she is a major arcana card as well. It's actually a he, she. The angels are hermaphroditic, and they are pouring water from one vessel into the other, but if you really look closely or intuit, the water is actually flowing from the bottom card into the top card. So this definitely indicates a very spiritual connection, and that your relationship with your lovers, it's very important to have that shared exchange of psycho-spiritual exchange, having that conversation, being able to talk about things of the spirit, things of the mind, of intuition, and a communication that revolves around feeling and interpreting as well, not just with words, but also with all the other ways that we communicate with each other. And so that's a very positive, illuminating that positive aspect with your lover, or with, with that person that you choose to be around, and with any romantic relationship, that overall is very important to you, is that spiritual connection, feeling more than just a physical thing, like having that very magical spiritual experience, that mysticism in a sense. Okay, number 3 is our relationship with our friends. So this is the Ten of Wands, and I'm seeing a lot of creative friendships, and that the 10 is also a completion thing as well, a sign of completion. The number 10 is actually the same as 1, and it indicates that new cycle. So a 10 of Wands with your friends is saying that your friends really complete you. You're creative, but you also, the creative people that you surround yourself with, those are really what complete you, and that bring you the most joy. Is not just these friendships that are just on a surface level, but that you really enjoy their time together, you make things together, you are passionate about similar things, and you draw inspiration from them, and likewise they draw inspiration from you, and so that really they complete you. Without them, you wouldn't be as inspired. And so illuminating that relationship of a creative relationship and a really tight-knit friend group, and knowing that you can confide and trust in them, and that with any creative hurdles that you may have, they're the ones that can really push you through that and really bring you into a happy place. And you've really cultivated this really good friend group, and that's because of the time that you've put into the relationships that you have, that there's a really strong bond there because you've invested in them, and that's something that's going to carry on for the rest of your life. And friendships are really what make us, what really bring that joy to us. So this is this is number 4, your relationship with your family, and this is the 5 of Cups. There are 5 cups there. It's interesting. 5 and 10 definitely have a relationship together, one half of the other. And so whereas 10 is more completion, 5 is really about energy and a large energetic exchange, energy coming in, energy coming out, and that idea of working together with your family. Your family is really where you draw a lot of your emotional energy from and a lot of your passion from, and they really have given you. Sometimes they can be draining to an extent. You can feel like you put a lot of it. They are emotionally. It's a lot of emotion to pour out and to feel, but also they give you that energy as well. It's this, being a mother, being a daughter, being a sister, being a brother, being a wife, being a husband, girlfriend, boyfriend, etc. A lot of these roles can take a lot out of us, but also are where we draw a lot of that energy as well. So I feel like for this full moon and this being illuminated for your relationship with your family is to make sure that you're having time for yourself, and you don't have to give all of yourself either. It's okay to save some for yourself too, and it's okay to not feel like you have to sacrifice yourself. I feel like a lot of times we feel like we have to sacrifice ourselves for our family, and that's not the case. You really have to take care of your self first before you can be of help to someone else. So coming into balance and finding that harmony in the relationship that you have with your family, and being sure to tap into your emotional connection, and when you do feel drained, to find ways to recoup yourself, or if you already have found those, definitely coming into meditation more, and that creative element as well, and trusting that you're in the right place at the right time, and you're definitely navigating how the energy that you give and the energy that you receive. Okay, so this is the last card, and this is our relationship with our ancestors and guides. So you got the Tower card, and the Tower card can be viewed as negative by some. I think that all of the cards offer us positive change and influence. The Tower, we see power structure being crumbled from the top down by this act of God, in a sense. And these aren't necessarily you. These are people that are kind of falling from that high place. And it's interesting because the whole thing's about a relationship with our guides, and they're up here kind of destroying that top-down, patriarchal structure, in a sense. I definitely see this as like a smash into the patriarchy. And that your relationship with your guides this is also brutal change, and sometimes you may feel like, is there really people out there protecting me? Because this shit's happened to me and this shit's happened to me. But the important thing to illuminate and understand is that your guides are always pulling the strings to make your best evolution forward happen. And things may hurt in the moment, or we may have hurt from our past, but knowing that our guides, everything happened for a reason, and that we are alive and we are well right now, and that even though those things happened in our past, they don't define us now, and that we have the power to rebuild, and that sometimes structures are destroyed in our life because they weren't meant for us, or that they were meant to teach us a lesson or teach others a lesson, or we're playing a larger role in it. So the important thing is to not be mad at your guides, to trust that they are doing the best that they can and doing everything they can to put you on the right path of evolution and building yourself and building yourself up, building your life up, giving you the life experience that you need in order to we're here to evolve our spirit. And so by the lessons by the things that you've experienced, the lessons that you've learned, the past that you've had, the future that you have, the present moment, your story of trials and tribulations and how you've overcome them are meant to be an inspiration to others as well. That's definitely spoken about in the whole aspect of the asteroid Chiron, who is the wounded healer. So it'd be interesting to look into your chart and see where Chiron is in your chart and see how Chiron is being activated, because Chiron's all about how we have wounds from the past and how those wounds are what make us shamans that are able to heal others in the future and present, and by teaching others our lessons and how they can learn from our own mistakes or trials. All right, so this is going to be 11:11, so I'm going to end it right now.